welcome on in. Just a few seconds early. Give people a chance to come on in. Let me get my prayer started off with a prayer. Oh my goodness. So today's prayer is called Ladybugs, and it's a prayer in anticipation of heaven. Hello, Stonewolf. Hello, Tony. Thank you for coming in. Keep us mindful of our heavenly home, God. The ladybug of the nursery rhyme, who is exhorted to fly away home, reminds us of the fulfillment of our promises. As we face the trials of this world, make us aware of our purpose here to serve and grow. Keep us from feelings satisfied with static spirituality. May we seek to demonstrate your grace and to mature in our faith until your work in our lives is complete. Then take us to the home you have prepared for us. Amen. In my Father's house are many mansions. I go to prepare a place for you. John 14:2. All right. How do I sound, Joe? Does it sound okay? I'm using the mic from my flute. Does it sound all right, or does it sound terrible? Let me know. O see you, Dola. Gagayui. Yes, thank you, everybody, for coming in. Tony was the first one in. Hello, Nate Dog. Thank you for coming in. I'm one of the dog squad. Yes, I am. MIC. Hello, hon. Welcome on in. Anyway, so I said the prayer. I have no specific things set for conversation or to talk about. We will just talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about. I hope that sounds good to you. Let me go ahead and drop the link. Oop, I hit the wrong one. You would think I would know what I'm doing. Okay, hold on. Here we go. I am going to pin it to the top. Oops. If it'll let me. Quit jumping. Oh. And boy, I need to slow down. Pin message. Alrighty. It is pinned to the top. Hello, Jack. Thank you for coming in. Glad to see you. Anyway, would you guys like me to start off with playing a little music? Or y'all can just start coming into my house. Come up here and we can hang out and make me laugh. Make me have something to talk about. So I'm waiting on people to comment. Oh, you want to hear some music? Hello, Lone Cross. Welcome on in. Welcome in. Yeah, Dola, you gonna take me with you on the phone? I wish I could go with you in person, but on the phone is just as fun. So, like I said, if you want me to, I'll play music, and you guys can decide whether you want to come up and hang out with me. That would be nice to have some people hanging out with me in my house. But if you want me to play some music, until then, I surely can. Hi, Nancy Drew. Glad to see you in here. And there's my girl. Hi, Sandy. How are you this evening? Can you guys, how does this mic sound? I've got a little bit of the echo going. Can you guys tell it? Because when I play my flute, I'd like to know if you can hear the echo. If not, I need to turn it up a little bit. Still waiting to see if y'all want me to play some music for you. You do hear the echo I see? All right. Does it sound bad or does it sound good, Lone Cross? Let me turn my comments on over here. A little. A little what? A little bad? Or you hear the echo just a little? Yeah, Jack, are you going to go to the powwow? I know my Dola's going. All righty, Nate. I'll play some music. That's two people in the house asked me to play. So I'm going to play my Navajo flute. And then I'll change over to the Cherokee flute. We've been blaring. Hello, Warren. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you. You guys are making my life awesome tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. And as I said, you all are welcome up here. You can have 10 in the house. And there's exactly 10 in the house, it says. So every one of you could come up here on the panel at this point. Okay, switching over to the Cherokee flute. Sorry about the noise. Set it up. All right, now we'll work with the Cherokee flute. Blaring. Hello, Roxanne. Welcome in, Roxanne. Thank you for coming. Loretta, come up. I know you got the link already. You don't even need the link because I send it to you automatically. people leaving the house. I think I'll stop playing. There's only a few of you out there that really like it, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for putting up with my flute playing. That's just a part of me now. Um, I could read a story if you guys aren't going to come up and keep me company because I have nothing to talk about. I did the Timu earlier today. I hope you all saw that. Um, Everything's sounding so loud because I bought some hearing aids because I don't always hear everything, you know. But I've noticed with these particular ones, I hear it like an airflow sound, like constant heavy air blowing all the time. And I notice I talk a whole lot quieter um, to where I'm saying something to my husband in the other room and he doesn't hear me at all. But yet I think he should. But anyway, so I bought the headphones. I bought this shirt that I'm wearing and I bought some pants. Now, somebody explained to me the name of the pants is Y2K. Y2K pants. Why is it called Y2K pants? And when did that start? Because I haven't seen that until here recently. I've started seeing Y2K pants. Yes, Valerian, drop links. And Sarah, you can drop your link, hun. You see the chat right there? The little bar scrolling across? Sarah, if you type listen in the chat, it will automatically drop your link. So just type listen. Anybody can drop your link. Just type in listen. So please remember to hit that doorbell. You know, the one that looks kind of like that. That's my doorbell. Lets me know you're liking it here and all of that good stuff. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha, Dola. I understand. Are you going to come up and keep me company? Because now I'm starting to run out of things to say for sure. I'm going to change the scenery. Let's see. Let me change the scenery. I would turn this one off. Hold on. Turn that one off. You guys like this one? I think it's pretty. Anyhow. So yeah, I did the Timu and I know I've been neglecting my stories. I'll get to it, I promise. I'm going to have a 5-year-old here tomorrow night. So if I'm going to do it in between doing laundry and going grocery shopping, there's those darn bars up there on the left corner right next to my ticker. I keep thinking I'm going to get knocked off here. And I don't know why those bars keep popping up. It's like the cell phone bars, you know? The little loops and then the dot at the bottom. Long day. I'm really. Why can't you come up on your phone? And you're the one person I would think would come up and spend time with me. So turn on your laptop. Please. Anybody else can come up, talk about your channel. Tell us all about yourself and all of that good stuff. Sandy says, let me hit that. The only Y2K I know about was the year 2000. Yes, me too. That's the only Y2K. Show me you. Show me you. Because it's not orange, it's blue. Is that you down in my basement? Said Loretta. Okay. Ah, okay. Is that you down in my basement? I had to know it was you because it's not orange no more. Loretta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on a
Ah,
second. Let me turn the volume down on my TV set.
is that you down in my basement? I had to know it was you because.
Oh, come on,
So
work.
have you? You said it's been a busy day. Have you been in that garage again, rearranging?
No, I had an appointment today, and when I went to get in my car, my battery was dead.
Oh no.
And remember, I got that battery charger for your car
Good
from
thing.
Timu as a free gift.
Good thing.
Well, no, it didn't work.
Uh-oh. Did you let them know?
No, it wasn't their fault. You
Oh,
have to plug it in and get it charged up so then you can charge your. And so it's charging now. So
okay.
anyway, I had messaged my son and told him that my battery was dead. And I said, and yes, I went out there 3 days ago and started the car because I don't go anywhere. And they're like, even if you're not going anywhere, you still have to start the car because that's why my battery kept going dead. So
Yeah.
anyway, I fell asleep here because I was frustrated because I I really needed to get to that appointment today.
Yeah,
And I
I
woke up.
know.
Well, my husband woke me up at 4:30, and he went out and he charged it. And as I walked out, I saw my son's car was out there. That made me very angry because he knew my battery was dead. He knew I had an appointment, and he came home and snuck through the house and left me sleeping rather than just go out there and jump start my car so I could go to my appointment.
Right.
But I did make it down there and
You did make
strained
it.
my eyes trying to drive home at night, coming up the mountains and stuff,
Did you get
and
what you
totally night
needed?
blind. Yeah,
Good.
as long as I don't throw it away between now and tomorrow.
As long as you don't what?
Accidentally throw it away like I did the last one.
Well,
Between Well, the pharmacy's only open till noontime tomorrow.
well, you better get yourself to that pharmacy real quick.
Yeah, I can actually walk across the street to the pharmacy, but
Pin
hopefully
it
I
on
won't
the
accidentally
door.
throw it in the garbage.
Pin it on the door that you go out of so that when you walk up to the door, you'll see it immediately.
Oh, definitely. I'd have to throw it away. Or it'll fall off or something will happen to it. But
And that's what I tell Kenny. I said, pin it to your phone. If he's got to remember something, I'll tell him, take the paper and pin it to your phone. Is
so how
oh
was your day? And why do
uh,
you have the little one tomorrow?
yeah, 7 o'clock. They're gonna bring him. He's gonna stay overnight. Um, Mom and Dad sometimes need time for themselves, so I understand that. They work really hard, both of them, and so sometimes they need a weekend. But I'm not sure, Steve and Tina, if that is Yosemite. You're talking about
Yosemite. Yosemite.
Oh, I'm not sure if that is or not. It's
Pretty
just,
though.
yeah, it's one of the free pictures that you can get on this app that I have for my OBS. Your wife reminds you of everything, Lone Cross? Well, my husband's memory is just as bad as mine, I think. I'll tell him something because I heard if you tell somebody something 7 times, they'll remember. That's not true.
Well, that's the way I remember people's names. If if they introduce themselves,
Mm-hmm.
every time I say something to them, I have to say their name.
Uh, I have to say their names a lot. I mean, I have to see them, be talking to them, and repeatedly saying their name, or I am not going to remember. And that's why, in a way, I kind of like it when people have their, at least their first name as part
Yeah,
of their channel name, because it's easy to start remembering that way. But like me, you don't know my name unless you ask, or unless you already know me very well from other places.
yeah, it's true.
Lone Cross name is Scott, Sarah. I'm telling you so you can help me remember.
Well, I won't forget him.
Lone Cross, is he from your channel too?
No, he's a masshole.
He's a what?
A masshole.
Um, okay.
It's somebody from Massachusetts.
Oh,
We call ourselves massholes. There's a whole channel called Massholes, and it's like
is
a joke about blinkers and
was
do you know
not
what a blinker is? Do you need it? Do you know what a submarine is? Anyway,
Scott?
there's in case Scott doesn't know that there's a whole it's on Facebook and it's on YouTube. I think it's called Masshole Boredom is what it's
Ah,
called.
for a minute there, I thought you was insulting a friend. Hey, you just
I believe
keep
it's the
telling.
first time he's been on our channel on this channel.
What was that?
I think that's the first time he's been on this channel.
I think so, and I appreciate him being on my channel. Hello, Blue Rose Ramblet. You want to come up and hang out with me and Sarah? You can, and I
Hey
know
Blue.
you can hide behind your avatar if you want to come up and hang out with us. You can be behind your avatar. It's just fine. Polarin, what are you doing in the chat? Hmm? Huh, Polarin, what are you doing down there? You should be up here, right? Right, Sarah?
Well, he better
Shouldn't
be behaving himself.
shouldn't he be up here with us though?
That's entirely up to him.
Uh, I'm sorry, Blue. I'm wishing you're feeling better. I'll be praying. She says hello to you. See?
Hello, Blue Rose.
And Valerian said, yeah, he'll be up soon.
Yeah, he always says that, and then he never shows up. All of a sudden, just don't leave me alone with him again. He bailed on me last time.
Well,
I've
anybody,
told him repeatedly. I've told him repeatedly not to do that, and he still keeps doing it. He does it when he's got a live stream going. I go up on his page. He doesn't do live streams that often, and whenever we get the notification, I always go over there, and like me and Guardian will go up there, or me or you will go up there, whatever, and all of a sudden he's gone. And then he'll come back, like 10 minutes later, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I got called away." And it's like, you do know that this is your stream, right?
Polarin,
These people are all talking radio talk, and we don't know what the heck they're talking about.
Polarin, I gotta tell Polarin something. Polarin, I don't understand the codes, so please do me a favor. Next time you do a live and it's that buzzing sound, could you warn me? Put it buzzing somewhere in there so I know that it's buzzing because I turned the volume up and nearly killed myself with that buzzing. Let me know.
It's a frequency thing.
I
And he
know.
did put down the code. And so I told him, like when he did the Morse code one,
Hmm.
and I told him he had put the how we could decipher what he was saying.
Yeah.
But I clicked on it and it gave me like three different options to click on. So he said, click on the one that says Windows. So I did that, and then it brought me to another one that had another three options. And I'm like, I don't know where to go from here. What does that say?
I have no clue, Polarin. All I need you to remember to do for me. So when I'm watching your videos, I know
Just
it's
message us.
just put buzz somewhere. Hello,
Well,
Nate.
Hello.
Welcome, Nate.
Hello, hello.
Sorry I missed your
yeah.
Wednesday. I was having slight seizures on Wednesday, so I kind of was not on anybody's really. Um, but yeah, I have minor. I get really dizzy, and so I was on somebody's live, and I started doing this involuntarily, and so I had to excuse myself and go lay down. So
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I don't mean to let you down, my friend.
It's okay.
So when are you going to get that new RV?
Um, maybe the end of this year, or maybe next spring. I have to figure out the money situation first.
Uh, Sarah, did I just cut you off? I'm sorry if I did.
No, I had to cough, so I muted myself.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have a heck of a time sleeping tonight because I'm drinking iced coffee this late in the day.
It's 7:30 at night.
Well, not for me. Yeah, I guess it is for me.
No, it's 7:30. It's 9:30 for me.
It's about 10:30 for me.
So you're East
Well,
Coast time.
Uh-huh.
I won't probably sleep well tonight. I'll be laying in the bed playing those darn money games, but that's not so bad. I do make a little money here and there from those. Blair, let me see what he's asking. Yes, it's still on. You want me to turn down the echo? Echo, 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 echo. Is it bothering you, Polaris? Steve and Tina said it's 7:30 where they're at, so they got the same time zone as I do. They must be just the 200 miles, think that way, from me to Canada.
I'm not sure when it comes to Canada if they kind of stay in our time zones depending on where they are at the top of the map there. If the
BC,
line just goes
Canada.
straight up, you know.
Well, I'm thinking since they've got the same time zone, if if I just walked went to the Canadian border, I could go hi, and they'd be right
Hey,
there.
the time zone thing blew my mind because when I left Florida to fly to Mississippi and I arrived at the exact same time that I left, that like blew my mind. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone.
Scott says it's 10:30 for him.
Yeah, he's East Coast too.
Uh,
I'm Central
Yep.
Time Zone.
and they were replying to what you said, Sarah. Hi, Mary Holiday. It's been a while since I saw you on. Welcome in, welcome in. And like I said, anybody's welcome up here. Anybody can come up if you like.
Come on, people. Don't be scared.
We got
Scared of
10 people
cats.
in the house. Please remember to
Fine.
hit
Trust me,
that doorbell.
for breaking for your first time, if you're a virgin going on a panel, this is the channel to do it on. If you don't want to come over to my channel as a first timer, because depending on my mood, it can either be fun or I could rip you to pieces. I've actually been a lot more chill.
Yeah, she's drinking coffee real late. You must be able to sleep even if you're drinking coffee. I tell you what,
I just
I'll be
finished my
lucky.
cup.
You know what? I'll be lucky if I get to sleep until 3 or 4 in the morning. And tomorrow's my day to sleep in, of all days. Well,
For a holiday,
no.
another East Coaster.
Actually, I can't sleep in tomorrow. Not too much because, like I said, I got to do laundry, go grocery shopping, clean dishes, that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Life stuff tomorrow.
You have to do what stuff?
Life stuff.
Oh, I wouldn't know what that is.
Yeah, right. That's why you spent the full day in your garage rearranging, trying to
No, that was
organize.
me cleaning up my stuff. That was me organizing my stuff.
Well, that's what I consider life stuff.
Oh,
So, what
life.
have
I
you
thought you
been
said
doing?
wife. I thought you said wife.
No, life.
Oh,
Life.
oh,
Nate,
okay.
what have you been doing lately? Hello, Shelby. Tackle. Come on up. Come on, come on. Join us. Usually he's going to bed right about now. I like his stories. He talks about when he rides around with the police and the things that he sees and his life. Pretty cool guy. Uh-oh. Sarah, get back here right now. Come on back. Well, maybe long time no see for you not seeing me, but I see you almost every day. I go, even though I'm the quiet listener, and I go in and I hit that thumb and I just sit there and learn. That's why I'm the quiet listener. So I don't always say something, but I'm usually always there.
Hmm.
And Chris says, sleeping is all I do. I'm on bed rest for a while and out of work for 6 weeks due to having surgery last Thursday. Oh, what did you, can I ask what you had surgery? Was it your back, your knees? What was it? Well, get back here, Sarah, right now. Come on, Dola. I think Polarity left because I don't think Polarity likes my amplifier. So I'm sorry, Nate. I cut you off. I asked you a question and then I didn't listen. And that's not good for a quiet listener. So what did you say you've been doing lately?
What have I been doing?
Mhm.
Getting my camper ready because we just uncovered it last weekend, and I might be moving into my camper and kind of do it like a challenge type thing to see if I can live in it for the whole summer.
Are you going to go to any of the meetups, Nate?
Um,
Oh,
I would like to, but I don't have time to take off from work. So I work most of the time. So
Mm, I will say a prayer tonight for you, Chris, for a quick healing, hon. Sarah, where are you? Dora, get back
yeah,
up.
I think Polarian is being the quiet listener right now.
I think Polarian's mad at me because he don't like my
No, he's still
appetite.
here. It says.
I know, I saw that. So, I,
And also, I got a new laptop, and then I got one of these. See?
oh wow, I've seen those. Is those a touch screen laptops?
No, it's
Tablet.
called a sidetrack,
It's a
where
tablet.
you. No, it's a like a other screen for your laptop. You plug it into your laptop, and you have two screens.
Now, what would be the
So,
purpose of that? Okay, explain to me. What's the purpose of having?
well, I know you can see chat on here, but I also have the stream playing on that, so that way I can see the chat in real time when I do streaming.
Okay, that makes sense.
So if I look over this way, it's because I'm looking at that screen.
Stephen Tina said, Nate, me sidetrack.
hmm It's pretty neat
Yeah,
because
sounds.
now if I want to do streams out in my camper, I don't have to bring my big monitor out. I have this little screen,
Makes
and it's
sense.
only that thick. It's very
I don't
thin.
even have room on my desk for anything else. My desk is so full
And
of
then I
books.
have my handy dandy laptop case.
That's cool. That's what I need.
I have all
And
my cords and YouTube stuff in it, so I don't have to carry it all.
I need something like that to put my laptop, my cell phone, all my cables and cords and all that good stuff. I need a really good
hmm
one.
And also, what's neat is it has speakers on it, so you can be listening. You can also, it's like a monitor that has speaker built in.
Sarah says she needs one of those. So do I, Sarah.
I know ones that you can put it like hook it up to your laptop too. Like you can stick it to the back of your laptop, and it's right there up in eye level.
Um, okay, I'm glad you like it. I thought you left because you didn't. Excuse me. Yeah, everything. You know, I figure I'll use the mic tonight because I've got these hearing aids in. So I know that I'm going to be talking really quiet because everything's loud. And so I thought, okay, I'll use the mic. That way they'll still be able to hear me. Everybody will be able to hear me. Because if I didn't use the mic, you probably everybody would be going, Victoria, you're too quiet. I put them in and I went, whoa, wait a minute. The dogs bark and I'm like, stop.
Because I just bought this
Jimmy.
microphone headset too. It's Bluetooth, wireless, so it's
Kim,
hooked up to my computer by Bluetooth.
tell Charles I said hi and that I hope he's not doing too bad today.
Oh, I had to check to make sure I gave it this stream a thumbs up.
Timmy, you can drop your link. Just type in listen.
I gotta figure out how to do that for my streams. I know it's Nightbot, but I know.
Yeah, if I took my glasses off, I wouldn't be able to see the chat. That's why I'm wearing them. Yeah, they are. I can turn them down, up and down. They're let's see. I'm gonna take one out so I can show you. One is red, one is blue, and it's got, I don't know, can you guys see the little wire right there? It's got
I
an on
can.
and off button, and it's got a volume control. This is the red one, and then the other one is blue color. And so yeah, they're supposed to be invisible. If somebody's not looking at the side of my head, they probably are.
Yeah, I can barely see him from when I'm looking right, like if you're facing me. I can't
If I
barely see
turn,
him.
you see it?
A little, yeah.
Yeah, see.
If
If
there
somebody's
was like
not
more light,
looking at the
but
side of my head, they'll see it.
people probably be like this, trying to spite it.
Where are you at, Jack? You said you're good. Victoria, I gotta go home tomorrow. Where are you? Did you go to a meetup or something? Where inquiring minds want to know. Where are you, Jack?
That is so much easier.
He can't just tell me that and then not tell me where he is. Come on now. Hi, Gina Nee. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hey, how's
Oh,
everybody? I had some technical difficulties. I've got a lot of difficulties in my life right now, but
there's my
oh,
girl.
wait. Let me kill.
You got a
Hold
joke?
on. Let me kill all.
Did you say you have a joke?
Have I solved all the echo problems?
I don't hear an echo except for me. And my echo is on purpose.
I'm hearing it. Oh Lord, let me figure.
I
Oh,
have
let me.
my uh-oh. I think I think my echo is confusing him.
No, I can hear. It
Lucretia,
sounds
come on
like
up.
we're underwater or something.
Lucretia, come on up. Come on up. She is such an awesome person, man. Well, you know Nate, you know Lucretia. She is
Yep.
so good at talking. And if I remember rightly, I think the whole reason is because she was a counselor. But better to have on my down low, but a counselor.
Yep.
Hello. Is my echo of my thing messing you up?
It could be me, or I think.
I'm not
May,
hearing you echo, I'm hearing me echo, but like I said, my echo is on purpose.
oh hell.
I have my, see,
I
it's my flute mic. I guess I could turn it down if it's bothering anybody.
maybe mute it. I don't know how this all works, but
Oh, Mary, I wish you'd come up. Let people know who you are. Let's get some people coming to your house. I hope I haven't missed anybody popping in the chat. But if you gotta go, Mary, I understand. Marie. Calling her Mary, it's Marie.
Hmm.
Sarah, I'm still waiting for you.
Uh,
Yeah, Chris just said that I'm the only one he hears an echo coming from. So
You know
if my
what?
echo is
How
bothering you
about
though,
now? I think I may have just solved the problem. Are we okay now?
let me turn my echo part down. I can always turn it back up if
I
I.
think it was me.
Hello, 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 hello,
I don't
hello.
hear it. I was hearing like we were underwater type sound.
Does it
Yeah.
sound
All
better
right.
now?
Here,
Yeah,
let
it
me
sounds better now.
let me confess.
Don't
I just
slap yourself.
realized. I just realized it was just me, my technical lack of internet capabilities. So I apologize. I will resume listening. I'm sorry.
Yes, Lucretia, she is a content creator. So, Marie, all you got to do to drop your link so people can get to know you, hon, is type listen into the chat and it'll drop your link for you. Anybody, if you want to drop your link, Chris. Chris, are you a content creator? I don't know. I'm sorry. But anybody, if you want to drop your link, go ahead, type listen. Does that sound better, G Money?
Yeah, it was all me. It was all my problem.
Ah,
I didn't
I turned the
realize
echo off.
I had several windows open at the same time. I was trying to rectify that, and I think I had two StreamYard windows open at the same time, so that's where it was confusing.
Well,
But
everybody's saying it was me. It was all me. Hello,
uh,
Bree. How are you tonight, hon? Come on up. Come on up. I saw you on whose channel was you on? Today or yesterday? Santa Claus is in the house. Hello, Santa. Still waiting for my enclosed little car mobility scooter. You're going to have to get those elves to learn electronics and to build me one. Please?
Victoria, may I ask a question, please?
Yes, sir.
Um, I'm not familiar with Nate Dogg by that name. Does he have a specific channel name, or is that his channel name? If so, I'd like to follow him in the future.
That's his channel. Nate, drop your link so G Money can pick you up and check you out and see if he wants to come over and join you and be a dog squad.
Oh, that's his channel
Hmm.
now. Okay.
Yeah. Um, who was it? You was on, I think Bree was on, was it Al's channel? Or was it, whose channel was it? I think it was Al's channel for some reason. I saw you on there.
Okay, I see. So what if it's okay with both, the other people on the panel, I will click on that
Yeah, go
tomorrow.
ahead.
I don't want to like disrupt the flow of, what's going on now. And
Go
to
ahead.
do it, I want to do it properly to watch, comment, and, all that stuff. So I do respect, the
I
panel.
am not sitting on Santa's lap. I would break his leg. Excuse me. My weight would crush him. Oh, yeah, well, it didn't matter. I didn't care. It was just cool seeing you up there.
I, I recognize a name in this chat, Mr. Timmy Ray the King. He says, my dad, Charles, I can see has some health issues. So if, keep him in his, the prayers there, that's kind of like, I kind of going through that similar situation with my mother with dementia and stuff. So I can appreciate that.
Hi,
Not
Dorothy.
appreciate that, but understand that, I guess is the proper term.
Yeah, I like your channels. It's you talk a lot about your life riding around with the police. And it's pretty cool. What? Yo. Sarah, quit talking to me in the chat and get your behind up here. Turn your laptop on. Get up here. Why you abandoned me like that, Dola?
Mhm. I love Victoria's channel. She's like such an inspiration to, like, it's funny because she has a different channel than what I can perform, but I do appreciate her content. So I really love that. And then in the last few months, my life's been very hectic. Have not been able to communicate as much as I would like with her, but I want everybody to know I do appreciate her content, and she's an amazing individual. So just
Well,
keep
thank
following
you.
her.
Mhm.
All right, she's back. Now, why you abandoned me like that, girl?
I was trying to switch over to so I could read the chat, and I kicked myself off. I was like,
Are
oh,
you
I'm
on
too
your
tired to go
laptop
back
or
up.
on your phone? Are you on your laptop or your phone?
I'm on my phone,
Oh, Jack,
and
type.
this new one here. And
Jack,
for anybody who's seen the movie Men in Black, I don't know what I hit on this phone so that I wouldn't get notifications except from Messenger and messaging.
look down there
But
at the
anytime
scrolling
like
bar,
somebody
Jack.
goes live on YouTube or something, it flashes in my eyes like it's trying to erase my memory. And for a
Hello,
week now, I've
Karen.
had a really bad headache.
Hello, Cobalt Corner or Cobalt Clubhouse Corner. You know, the other day I was trying to say your name to my husband, and he said, "Say that 3 times fast." And I said, "No, you say it 3 times fast."
Wave and Victoria and everybody, this is how you do Pro Audio Echo with the PAL PMXU 43BT mixer.
Polarin, now
All
you're
right,
just
now shut
showing
it off,
off.
Polarin.
Okay,
You're showing
just
off
had
now.
to do a little show off.
Yeah, you were showing. You're showing off. Timmy says, Jack, did you see that? If you look at the scroll bar, if you type listen, it'll drop your link. Timmy says there is a fundraiser all over YouTube. Miss Nettie got it posted on her YouTube channel post. Yes, if anybody, Timmy's dad has got cancer and they're trying to get some money together to help him get through his medical issues, his bills, and all of that kind of stuff. Hello, Guardian. Welcome in, hun. And you can come up. You can be behind your avatar. Yeah, come on. Join us, Guardian.
Is she down in the chat?
Yes, ma'am. There she is right
Well, I
there.
told you I can't see the chat. Hold on.
I put it at
I'll
the
take your
bottom.
word for
Look
it.
down. Look at the bottom of our screen.
Oh, wow, good. I can see that, Guardian. How do I do that on my phone?
Anyway, my husband tells
I
me I
messaged
get.
you earlier, Guardian. Did you get it?
My husband keeps telling me I'm rude because I cut off my panel. So please forgive me if I cut any of you off.
You cut off my panel too.
Well, I'm sorry.
As long as you don't cut off my other Pete, that's all right. We're all good here. I can live with that.
You know what? Just tell me, hey, listen.
I have, and you're still talking.
Uh-oh.
I don't talk that much on your panel. Usually I'm just sitting
You-
there looking.
You always talk over Polarin. When Polarin finally decides to talk, all of a sudden you start talking.
It's because we're both quietly sitting on your panel, and then all of a sudden something will be said, and we both have a response to it, so we both end up chiming in at the same time. Good night, Camping Therapy. Doreen, thank you for coming in, hon.
Chimney's looking for a breaker.
Maybe one of these times you'll come up and hang out with us too, Doreen.
Mm-hmm.
Chimney's looking for a breaker there, Victoria.
What was that, Blair?
He's raising his hand.
That means I have a question, Victoria.
Go ahead, G.
All right. So on Sunday nights, some friends and I we do like a hangout, and it's kind of like it's a multi-part thing. But we started off on this kazoo kick. I know you play the flute. It's probably a kazoo is probably an insult to you, but have you had any experience with playing a kazoo, or can you recommend anything to us on how to properly play the kazoo? Like when I was a youngster in school, they would give you these kazoos, and so
I've never
just
played one myself.
all
Anybody?
right.
Anybody
right.
in the chat?
All us old timers had kazoos.
Yeah, thank you.
They were fun.
They are. But I'm truly trying to find a way. I want to buy a kazoo and figure out how to like hum it or whatever you do with it, and do "God Bless America." So there's a hidden reason behind it, but I don't know. I thought like if Victoria doesn't know, then wow.
So the only thing I can suggest is Google, because I pulled up how to play like a 5-hole or 6-hole Native American flute on Google. I just put Native American 5-hole flute music, and it gives you a choice of sheet music. And so I would say try to Google kazoo sheet music, or finger charts, kazoo finger chart music, and see if that'll bring up, and then just practice. I was horrible. If you guys listen to, but I'm my worst critic, okay? If you listen to my very first flute playing, it was horrible. It was horrible. And so it took it. I've been playing about a year now, and it's slowly getting better. But I wanted it to be even more better, so that's why I bought this amplifier from Blue Bear Flutes. They make the amplifier and mic for your Native American flute, because I wanted that more professional type sound to it. You're in the hospital, Jack? You just said, take care, everyone. The nurse just came in, talk with everybody later. So he's in the hospital.
Could be his caretaker at home. Who knows? Hopefully he's not in the hospital, but
I'm gonna have
Jack,
to
you
go.
feel better, hon?
Yes, most definitely, Jack.
Hopefully I'll see you in July.
If you're out, Jack, before the next powwow, Sarah's gonna take me on the phone. If you see her sitting there with the phone, walking around, talking to herself, you'll know her.
Well,
Go
there's
up to her and
actually
say, "Hey, I'm Jack."
there's the one tomorrow down in Florida, which I was gonna go. I was gonna drive down there, but I had my doctor's appointment today that I couldn't miss, which I pretty much almost did miss. And then next weekend is the one here in Gunnersville. And then the next one will be the big one, 4th of July in Cherokee, North Carolina, which is where I met Jack, which I didn't know that was Jack. But he was standing right in front of me recording the powwow. And it wasn't until I saw it on YouTube and I saw the name And I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And
I
I was
see
like,
what you.
oh, and then it came up in chat and I was like, I was literally sitting right behind you. you know.
G wants to say something, Sarah. Go ahead, G.
All right, just a question for Victoria. Uh, have you stayed consistent on your time of when you're doing your lives? And because I know I feel like guilty, like I've missed
No,
some of your late
I mean,
nights.
there's been times when I just didn't feel like, to be honest,
Mhm.
there's been times I just didn't feel like being social.
I
And
don't mean like yeah, I'm more talking about like, are you doing it like at 11 p.m., 10 p.m., 9
oh
p.m.?
yeah, if I do, it's always the Friday nights is always at 7 p.m. on Friday
Okay,
nights
and
when I
you're
do them.
and
I
you're
do,
in Washington State, is that
yeah,
correct? All
yeah.
right.
So it'll be 7 Pacific time. Right now it is 8:01 here where I'm at.
Okay.
So yeah, it when I do it's always at the same time,
All
7
right.
p.m. I
I
did
appreciate
start a
that.
little early tonight, just a little bit though. It was 6:58 when I started it, so I start just a little bit. Uh, Hilarious.
Yo.
But my flute music, I pre-record that, and usually my stories are pre-recorded too. I've been really lax on doing the storytelling. I actually need to take the time for myself and my channel because usually I'm on everybody else's channel, to be honest. I am from the time I get up until I turn it off at night. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a
Go ahead.
question for Victoria. You just like I've been wanting to ask you some questions. I'm trying to stay in the background as quiet as possible, but um, there's a reason for my interrogation of you on your. I obviously respect you and appreciate what you do. Um, your wooden flute, like, can you give us an understanding, like, um, monetarily, like how much that would cost, or if
Well,
somebody like me wanted to try and do a fundraiser to gift a flute that you something like what you use
right.
could be donated to somebody. Can you give us an idea, like how much that
Well,
would cost? Is it handmade, or can please
it
just tell us?
depends. It depends on what the flute is actually and the size and everything. It's like this flute was, oh, not this flute. Hold on. This flute here was the very first flute that I bought. It's a Navajo um, cedar in the key of G, I believe. And it cost me somewhere over $100 for this one.
All I heard was the key of G, and like you put me in with that information. I'm good. You said $100 key of G. I'm down with that. Just tell us more
And
about that.
the one Sarah bought me, I forget how much that one cost. How much did this one cost? This one
That
that
one
there's
was
two.
80.
Okay, so she got it at a powwow for me, what, last year? Or not quite a
Oh, it's
year
been
ago?
almost 2 years ago now.
Really? Has it been that
Yeah,
long?
yep.
I didn't think it was that long ago. Um,
Yeah,
I
because
appreciate.
when I went to the powwow last year, the guy, remember, I walked past his booth and he said he saw that I brought you to the powwow again, and he asked you how you were enjoying the flute, which
That's
you
right.
which we got the year before.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
I
this
didn't
year
think
it'll
it had
be
been
three
that long.
years.
I didn't think it had been that long. So actually, I've been playing the flute for more than 3 years. I have, okay. See, I got a bad memory, very bad memory. I won't lie. Um, But yeah, okay, so the Cherokee one that she bought for me at the powwow was $80. The other one I bought from DJ Flutes, it's a very large flute, and I got it without any of the fancy fetishes or the stones or anything on it. I got it as plain as I could, and it's a large bore bassy flute. And that flute, without any fancy stuff, was over $300.
Wow.
But the reason I don't play that one very much is because, yes, JD Flutes did try to make the holes as small as he could, he said, because I have really tiny fingers and I can't cover the holes thoroughly enough to make it sound good. It does sound awesome. It's just that my fingers aren't large enough to completely cover the holes, so I get a lot of squeaks and squeals and stuff like that, which doesn't make it sound too good. So that's why I don't play that one, but it has an awesome sound.
I got a question for G Bunny.
Okay.
You said your mom has dementia.
Yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, yes, that's correct.
Does she have sundowners?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sundowners.
Sundowners is when they sleep all day and stay up all night.
I will tell you honestly, I haven't heard that term. Unfortunately, my other sibling is the power of attorney. He does not. It's not a really good relationship there. He does not communicate with me, even though I'm the one living in the household. But I will tell you, she does sleep about 20 or 21 hours a day, and just sleeps all day. If that, I don't know if that helps your answer. Well,
with the dementia, what happens is your brain gets confused about what's daytime and nighttime.
Mhm.
So I had recommended this to Plaren because I did this for 27 years, and plus my mother had dementia too. My mother would like take power naps all day long, and then like 3 o'clock in the morning she'd be waking us up wanting a pot of coffee or wanting a piece of apple pie or some ice cream or whatever, and then I remembered the old trick where you get what they call blackout curtains, and you only use the light that's inside your house, and it tricks their mind to reverse back. So what they end up doing is they stay up during the day and then they do sleep at night. So when she goes to bed at night, you leave all of her lights on while she's in bed.
And
it kind of tricks her mind back to the original.
I won't say she has that per se as you described it, but I will say that she has a very weak heart. So I personally, I'm not a doctor, but this has been an ongoing discussion between the power of attorney, who is my brother, and she just has a very weak heart. If I had to estimate, like her brain is weak and her heart is weak. So if I had to estimate, I think her heart is working at probably like 30% capacity. She's had a lot of heart problems. I don't want to like tie up the panel with that discussion, but her brain is also like diminishing. So I think the combination of the two is not a really good recipe. Personally,
all right. I can tell you what's going on with her then. If she's got the cardiac issue, she doesn't have dementia. What she has is, this is what we finally figured out happened with my mother. It wasn't that she was kind of like in early stage dementia, but really the thing that was making her act the way like somebody who was diagnosed with dementia was because she had cardiac problems. She didn't have enough blood flowing to her brain, and that's where she would like sleep a lot, or she would have like these bouts of being awake all the time. She would also have like spells where she would be violent, And then 5 minutes later, she'd be like, why are you upset with me? She'd be screaming out the window that I was raping her, you know. And then when the police would come, she'd be like, what are you doing here? You know, but it was because she had lack of blood flow going to her brain.
I
That's
can
just my that's
I
just my
can
medical opinion. That's 27 years of nursing.
part of that I do concur with. Yes, yes, ma'am, I do. Um, I I don't know. I can't say it's like 100% that I agree with that, but there's been a lot of medical stuff going on. I kind of somewhat have. It's like a real nasty situation right now, but I will tell you, as being the only individual, tightly connected to this household, um, she does sleep a lot. Her brain is definitely failing her. I'm myself and my brother, who's the power of attorney. He comes around maybe once a week for about 3 hours, and then he goes about his life. I'm here like all week, so I have a better understanding of what's going on with her life as far as her habits and her sleep cycles. And but now I've started working a full time job again the last 3 weeks, so I'm not here to supervise her habits during the day. So I've been mentioning this for a long time. Once I got back into the full time work cycle, her ability to excel is going to go like this because she does not no she no longer is going to have someone in her family cycle to monitor her and keep her on track. So it's kind of like a catch 22 right now. But yes, her heart is had a lot of issues. Her brain definitely has issues. I based on all the testing that's been done so far, she definitely has some type of dementia. And but I fully respect what you're saying, and I can't argue with you one way or the other. I'm trying to give you an honest answer based on
Yeah.
the facts
No,
that I know.
no, yeah, it is going to be kind of hard, especially where, see, what we did with my mother was, I mean, she had 4 kids, but one of them, he wasn't in any position to help at all. But what we did was every year we would rotate her from house to house to house. So,
Mhm.
like my older brother had her for a year, then she went to my house, then she went to my sister's house, and back to my brother's. And that's the way we took care of her. But but everybody always came to visit her and stuff. So I'm going to leave you with this final word, which is be sure to take care of the caretaker. Because I know even with the experience that I had, it got to the point where emotionally it was getting so physically and emotionally draining caring for her. Plus, going to a job where I was taking care of 60 other people like her, um, it started affecting my health and I was crying all the time. It just got so make sure you're taking care of your needs too, because you can't take care of her if you can't take care of yourself.
I'm not going to lie, it's been a struggle. And
I
anybody
know.
who's been watching my channel will kind of understand. Um, I pretty much put it all out there, but at times I kind of pull back just a little bit. But I pretty much try and reveal everything, the truth of what's going on in my life. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, on this platform, you can't use some of the vocabulary you really want to use to express your your uh, your true feelings on certain situations or stuff. So it can be very. Unfortunately, I truly believe once you escalate your vocabulary to a certain level, I think all of a sudden people start listening to you. If you don't do that, they don't listen to you. So on this platform, you can't do that. So it's kind of like my hands are tied. But I will say this that I'm doing everything in my best ability to make sure she's well fed, everything's taken care. Like I'm here, like I'm not out bar hopping on a Friday night. I got to hear about, I don't know, 6 p.m., making sure she's eating and making sure she's taking her pills, eating salads, and all the things she needs to do. And, unfortunately, like Monday morning, I'm gonna have to leave around 6:30 in the morning, 6:15, and then she's pretty much on her own. The other guy's gonna come around on Tuesday for about 3 hours and then go back to his life. And so she's pretty much like on autopilot now that I have a new job. It's a very complicated mess. I really wish I could discuss it more, but I do appreciate, your
Well,
input because
if you ever want to come over to my channel,
Can somebody please type
you
something
can.
in the chat? Because
I know how frustrating it is, especially when you feel like you're not getting support from your siblings.
Mhm.
Especially where, like the situation you're in where somebody else has, power of attorney but you're the caretaker
Mhm.
and the other person isn't hearing what you're trying to say. Or they'll
Mhm.
say, oh, Ma's fine. Ma's fine. You don't know what you're talking about. And you're like, you're not here. You're not seeing what's going on.
She
You come over
granted
to my
him
channel.
she granted him the power of attorney 21 years ago,
Yeah.
and there's a follow up video, a
I
couple of
don't think
videos I had
Mary's
on
still
my
here.
channel,
Marie
but
is still
but
here.
there's an ongoing problem of favoritism in this family, and all of a sudden now I'm the one keeping her alive, so to speak, on a daily basis, and the person who's been granted, the keys to the kingdom is no longer around, but can make the decision on my future and her future. It's
Yeah.
just crazy. It really makes me honestly. It I, I won't
I,
do
I,
this on
I totally know where you're coming from.
Victoria.
I totally get it.
On another channel, I would tell what my personal feelings are. Victoria's channel is not the right place for it, but I will say, let's get back to talking about some flute music. And I like I've told her before in the past. Every time I hear her play the flute, it reminds me of Billy Jack and the rattlesnake
Yeah.
pit or whatever. So
Yep.
maybe she
Winton
can.
Soldier.
Yeah,
And thank you again
Was a
for the
great song.
movies.
she's
Yeah,
awesome.
he's the one that sent me all the Billy Jack set of movies.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I remember from Billy Jack was that song Winton Soldier.
I love that.
And I was like, oh, I got to put that in my playlist. So I did. I ended up putting it in my playlist.
Billy, don't be a hero.
Billy,
Remember,
don't be a hero. Come back and make me a wife.
Oh yeah,
Howard,
that and Seasons in the Sun. Those were all great songs.
did you know? This is a true?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Victoria, and you might know better. The young lady that was playing Billy Don't Play a Hero, I think that was his daughter, and I know for a fact his love interest in that and Billy Jack, that was actually his wife.
The
Uh,
teacher of the school. Yeah.
yes, I forget her name, Deborah something.
You're talking about the little girl, the little blonde girl that played the guitar.
The
And was
acoustical guitar, yes, that was his daughter, and so what I've heard, if my facts are correct. Anyway, so I'm gonna.
I actually
Yeah.
remember when this conversation came up, and I did Google it, and you are right, G Money.
All right.
It was his
Oh,
wife and
fine.
daughter.
You can come up
'Cause
even
I was like,
if you're laying in bed.
let me Google it and just see.
Yeah,
You can find anything on Google.
I have a friend of mine who's a major in the United States Marine Corps, and every time I hear that song, "Billy Don't Be a Hero," which my buddy's been to combat like 5 or 6 times. I say no,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say combat, but on 5, 6 different tours. Every time I hear that song, I just like cry like a baby.
Yeah, maybe I'll be up late since I'm drinking coffee so late. Maybe tonight I'll do a re-recording of a bunch of stories. Or what do you think? Should I read the short stories some more and just try to read a bunch of those? Or I've got novels like, well, Sarah, I showed you one of them. You said you knew the artist of it. I've got a few novels. They're all Native American stories, but you guys let me know in the chat if you want me to just read a whole bunch of the myths and legends, or do you want me to start a novel and like read a full chapter of it, or what?
G Money's got his hand up.
What was that? Oh, go ahead, G Money.
I have a question. This may sound totally like I'm going to sound naive, which I totally am as far as the American Native Indian culture. But how many different, like, I don't know what to even properly use as a term, but how many different tribes or how many different types of American Indians are in the United States? Because like I know, like where I traveled through today in Immokalee, Florida, there's different types, and so I'm just kind of curious, like through the United States, like I would say the lower 48, how many different types of Native American Indians are there? Could you have any idea? Like would it be like 20 or 50, 100, or
Here, Google it.
No, in the lower 48, there's over 500.
over
There's
five? Okay.
I think hold on, just give me a second to think. I believe there's 25 in Florida, the Seminoles being the primary.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Don't put the hashtag or anything. Just simply listen. Just type in listen. Yeah. There you go, Steve. Tina. Steve or Tina or both. There you go. It dropped Steve and Tina's link. So if you don't got them, please check them out. We're all about helping each other here. Lucretia, come up. I really want Lucretia. I love Lucretia on panel. So I really would like her to come up. It's getting dark now, but it's still hot. So, did you Google that, Sarah? Are you positive, sure that, because it seems like there's a whole lot more than that.
Oh, and the whole lower 48s, I think they said it was in that, did you watch that video I sent you? Because he said how many tribes there were.
I watched it, but I think I fell asleep while watching it because I turned it on.
Oh, yeah, he had a very calming voice. I know it started off with like 5,000 tribes, and it's down to like, I can't remember. It's only a couple thousand left.
Polarity,
But they've all intermingled. They've all intermingled.
Yeah.
But they also include, like, the Aztecs and some of the Canadian tribes. They include them in that too.
Right. Well, Clarion.
What the governments officially recognize as tribes, because there are other tribes, but there's one in Massachusetts, and I have a friend, a very close friend, and he's part of that tribe. And the government will not recognize them as a tribe, and they are a cutoff of the Iroquois. They left the Iroquois tribe and formed their own tribe, but the government won't recognize them.
Polarion.
So they can't register with Bureau of Indian Affairs.
Can you Google it to find out for sure how many Native American tribes are in the
Ask your Echo.
No.
Echo.
It's an idiot.
Echo.
It's an idiot. I asked it how old I would be if I was born in 1966, how old I would be in 1976. And it told me I'd be like something like 14. And so then I said, that didn't seem right to me. So I Googled it. and it said you'd be 10. So that thing never gets nothing right. I don't like it. The only reason I use it is as a wake me up in the morning on the weekdays or to find out the weather. And usually it gets it wrong on the weather. It'll say it's raining outside when it's not raining, or or it'll say it's gonna rain when it's not gonna rain. It's stupid. It's the worst machine in the world.
Yeah,
Well,
according to Google, in Washington State, there's 29 federally recognized tribes, and I'm sure there's more than that. Just 29 tribes
Uh,
that the state recognizes.
he was asking how many are in the lower. How did you put that? G? How many Indian tribes are in the lower what?
Well, I was pretty much
48.
lower 48 states. I'm, trying to exclude the Hawaii and Alaska. I really, just trying, it's like rolled off my tongue, but I was just,
Lucretia said there's 347 recognized tribes.
okay. I had no idea. I'm trying to do a Google thing right now as we're talking. So I'll let you other folks keep talking while I'm trying to do my
Thank you,
research.
Lucretia.
and I googled it, and there's 574 native
Okay, so
tribes.
you guys got different. She's saying it was
No,
federally.
I got
I think that's
574
all
or
together.
2. In all the United
Lucretia,
States, 574.
Hmm.
okay, well, Lucretia said the
That are
federally
recognized.
recognized
Yeah.
tribes
That the government recognizes.
is 347, but
Yeah,
altogether without them saying they're Indians, um, it's 500 and whatever you just said.
So Victoria, I just found out a little bit of information, and maybe you and I or Allie or whoever else wants to participate in this. I know this is a topic I've been wanting to discuss, but I really don't want to discuss this until I fully have all my facts together. I would really appreciate someone from my local region to participate in this. So let me try and do my research, but it would be basically about the Calusa Native Americans in Southwest Florida. So I hope that's not giving too much information away prior to a potential really cool, event. But it's
The
pretty
Calusa,
pretty.
the Calusa tribe, the Calusa tribe, they're kind of recluses. They
I
stay on their reservation, and they only come inland once a month for supplies, and then they
that
boat back over to where their island is.
exactly, and I live in this region. You are 100% correct based on the facts I know, and you're right. And but there's it gets a little bit deeper, but you are correct. Your
Yeah.
information is correct. I appreciate your input that you
Well,
are correct.
Gee, I should know
well,
this,
I'm
but
from
isn't
Florida too,
Okay.
originally.
I get a question. I feel like an idiot right now. Is it Gary or George? I forget.
Gary, Gary.
Okay, yeah, okay, Gary. It's like my uncle. My uncle's name is Gary, and I just need to remember. It's like my uncle's name, Gary.
It's okay.
Thank you, and forgive me for not remembering right now.
It's all okay. It's all good. But no,
Uh,
and the Calusa Indians, like based on what, it's a very big, like I don't want to say like it's a common visitation thing on the Estero Bay waters. They do a lot of talks on the tours, and there's a local university here called FGCU, Florida Gulf Coast University, and they do a lot of archaeological uh, whatever you call it, excavation or digs or whatever on that island, and there's a lot of really interesting information about that. So it's I've been wanting to do this topic for probably a good year, but I don't want to do this topic until I have all my facts in order, and or someone who is like a tour guide that can really present the true facts. I don't want to speculate. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where but I appreciate Alley Cat for it sounds like she has a lot more information than I have. But
Well,
they're
I know,
tied. They're,
he-
they're actually tied. They're actually tied to the Gresham State Park. I know some of that. I don't know how much. Allie. I'm sorry, I don't remember her name, but that the Calusa tribe and the Gresham State Park are tied together, and it's kind of like an interesting story. I never knew that until I did a video on Gresham State Park. So it's interesting. It's definitely worth a view for people that really know how to present it. I'm probably not the perfect person to present it, but it would be a really good topic.
well, you know how the Florida Everglades has the airboat rides.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the guy that runs the Everglades airboat rides, his name is Billy Osceola. He's
Yeah.
a direct descendant of Chief Osceola. And at one point he
Billy's Airboat Tours or something. I think that's the name of his.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I do know that.
Billy was the chief of the tribe for a short period of time, but
Okay.
he kind of got caught up in a scandal. But anyway, me and my husband met him because we used to print all the Seminole Indians newspapers, for the tribe. And I remember he come into our job one day, and he had his pinky was cut off,
Mhm.
and we were like, "Billy, what happened to your pinky?" And he says, "Got bit off by a gator."
Oh my
And
God.
so we're laughing, thinking that he's joking with us, and we're like, "Yeah, come on." And he's like, "No, really, a gator bit it off." Well, then I was watching World's Dumbest, and it showed him with the alligator, and the alligator biting his tip of his finger off, and I was like, "Damn, he wasn't lying,"
Oh my God.
So he made
But
it on live TV there, Alley Cat.
yeah, World's Dumbest, yeah. What had
Wow.
happened was his sweat dripped into the gator's mouth, and that's why the gator snapped on him and caught his finger. But he acted real casual about it and everything, and he jerked back, but
Hold on, George.
nobody really understood that he had
George
just
wants to
lost
ask
his
a
finger.
question.
But anyway, my point was if I could get a hold of him, he could probably give you more information about the Calusa tribe.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gary.
Oh, thank you, Victoria. And thank you, Allie, for sharing. There was another. This has happened a few times, and what the airboat captains do. I know we're kind of twisting the conversation a little bit, but I'll try and reel myself back in. But what they're not supposed to do is feed them marshmallows, right? And that's a common practice to get the gators to come up and be witnessed by the tourists, stuff like that. They get better, they get snapping and stuff like that. There was a one particular person that did that, or sometimes what they'll do is they'll smack the top of the water to simulate like action, and that brings the gators around in front of the tourists. Well, one local fellow, when I say he was local, he was more from that region near the Everglades till he lost his wrist. The gator came up and literally took his hand off because he was doing those practices that are not supposed to be practiced, smacking the water and all that. So he lost his hand, and unfortunately it was like, I don't remember the exact ages, but two, mother and father and two, young kids around 6, 7, 8 years old had to witness this. So it's not it's like you have to be careful.
Notice kids' anxiety.
But Anyway, getting back to I really want somebody that is hopefully locally that really is very well in depth about uh, that Calusa tribe. I know some people. It's a matter of our schedules coordinating, and I would love for Allie to be part of that because she seems very knowledgeable. Obviously, I would love Victoria to be president on something like that, but I just need to. It's that's been my hiccup. Right, time's not in my favor lately, but I really want that to happen because it's a very interesting story how it ties to the Crescent State Park. And what Allie was saying was, about their kind of like a recluse tribe. Very much true based on what I know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not real trying to think of the right way to say it. They're keeping their traditions alive by not involving themselves in the outside world.
Exactly.
They only come inland for the things they absolutely have to have that, they can't grow or but they pretty much live off the land and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. I just remembered one thing. I apologize for cutting you off. For some reason, during my whole spiel of talking about it's Mound Key. If anybody wants to research it, Mound Key was their little island, and for some reason I couldn't remember that. Mound Key. Then they would go by waterway to like Crescent area, their little thing, like Allie's saying, to get their supplies and go back to their little. And Mount Key is like a little island. That's where they're doing all the excavation. So I apologize for not remembering it was called Mount Key, but it's a lot of history there.
Hey, we're old. We have brain farts. You're excused.
I have brain farts and butt farts. I get it all.
Butt farts.
I know me and Victoria, when she comes over to my channel, between me and her and we have one person that's kind of our brains, but between me and her, when it used to be just me and her up on the panel, we'd be having this conversation, and then all of a sudden it would like our brain would switch off, or she'd be going, "Oh, I can't." Oh, KK, that's the other person. The three of us, when we were on the panel, one of us would like, the brain would just shut off, and we couldn't remember what the word was, and then maybe one of the other two people could remember what the word was, and so we always had this thing of rotating brain farts, It's like, hey, all three of us have had strokes, man. Give us a break. But I'll be talking, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, what the hell was I talking about? And I was like, well, that train of thought just left the station.
Very frequently.
That's funny because I've never heard that expression the way you phrased it. That train of
I made it up
thought just
myself.
left the station. That's
I made
like
it up
so,
myself.
That's so. Oh, I might want to. That's. Oh, you need to make a short video on that. Because if you don't, I'm going to make a short video on that. Because that quote is like epic. That is like.
I've got this woman over in England, and she kind of has like she's a wonderful person. Absolutely adore her. And but her channel sometimes gets like, it turns into like a big drama channel, where she lets people come up on the panel and fight out whatever their issues are and stuff. And she usually just sits there and minds her own business, and she smokes weed and stuff, so she's sitting there having a drink and smoking some weed or whatever. And now she's at the point where she'll say, I said to her one time, she's like, Alley Cat, don't you have anything to say? And I said, I ain't got a dog in that fight. And so now listen, you gotta realize this woman, she's 63 years old. She has really long gray hair, and she looks like what you expect her to be in front of a crystal ball at a county fair, fortune telling. Okay. So now she's trying to get her channel under control so that all this stuff goes away and she doesn't have these horrible people coming in and stuff. And so whenever the stuff starts and they'll say, well, Pine, well, this about that person. And she'll say it with her English accent. I ain't got no dog in that fight. And then she messaged me and she's like, I love that saying. She goes, I say it every time somebody starts and they want me to jump in. I tell them, I ain't got no dog in that fight. It's just trying to do it with a Southern accent, but you can still hear that bit of England in there,
That's
But she's
funny
a sweetheart.
I could see her saying it like, I could see her prefacing this, not that she's done this, but it would be like pretty epic.
No, she has.
No, I'm saying, she said, as Alley Cat would say, he's like, I ain't got no dog, like blaming on you, That would be
No,
pretty epic.
she never passes the buck on anybody, but she's picked up quite a few of my phrases, and now she's been working on her Alabama accent. And I'm like, it's hysterical. She'll call me up and she'll try talking with an Alabama accent, and then she'll say, bloody hell.
No, it's not cold.
Or she'll go, oi. And I'm like, no, we don't say oi in Alabama.
Go ahead.
I back to Allie, because she's cracking me up. She's a good person to have on the panel. She's pretty knowledgeable. I do some stupid like story time videos, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, just south of Philadelphia. I sound like a Yankee, but when I do my story times, I often go in and out on my Southern accent, and I go back to Yankee talk in the middle of it, So I understand what you're talking about, Allie. I do appreciate that.
Well, that's what I mean. I was born and raised in Boston, well, Cape Cod, down that area. I was actually, it was the same distance to Plymouth and Cape Cod. But my dad's family, they're all from Cape Cod. Then I moved to Florida. And then I moved here to Alabama. And I met this woman, and I was sitting and I was talking to somebody, and she came over and she sat down next to me and she says, you have the most interesting dialect I have ever heard in my life. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she says, I'm hearing Boston, Massachusetts. I'm hearing Florida, South Florida, Alabama, and Indiana. Now, my mother was born and raised in Indiana. I've never stepped foot in Indiana. But she picked up that Indiana. So evidently I did pick up some of my mother's dialect. When I talk to people from Massachusetts now that are still living there, I'm like, oh my God, they sound like idiots. With hot pecan yard. That's as far as I can go with my Yankee accent. Now, I brought my son up there for a visit, and he immediately started talking New England. He started dropping his R's and everything. Go ahead.
Can I get a Frankfurter down at the ballpark? Or what's that thing that they say up there?
We park our car and have a jad.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about the Frankfurter, the burger. Oh, not the burger, but I totally. Let me
I
just
have
shut
no
up.
clue what you just said whatsoever. Sir. Not one word.
Hamburger.
Whatever.
No, we're talking about the Frankfurters.
Yeah, Alley Cat, out of all the accents I heard on 11 meters, I never heard that one.
Frankfurter.
I haven't heard that one. Not that I remember, anyway.
Okay, Lucretia, thank you so much for staying with me for so long. Appreciate you, my friend. And you enjoy your time with your grandsons. They're adorable, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're here almost to the 2-hour mark, y'all.
I just saw a really cool comment. I'm not going to lie, I haven't really been watching the comments, but there was a comment from Mr. Timmy Ray the King. My dad, Charles, told me to tell you, hey, quiet listener, and also he said that you look like Elvis Presley's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. I just thought I'd share that. I thought that was pretty
No,
cool.
I don't see
That's-
it.
That was posted 11:43 p.m. I guess my time.
Yeah, he's on the East Coast.
You know, if you want to find any of these people in my chat, you can probably just go to my channel list and they'll be
Mhm.
there.
Everyone but me. I'm not in her channel list.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm in your channel list for your old channel,
No,
not your new one.
I am friends with your channel, so you are in my channel list. You are also, by the way, in my community tab.
Well, I'll have to go back and check that because I don't believe it.
Well, you just go right on checking, girl.
I love it when she says, okay, well, we've been on for almost 2 hours. Do you know how many hours she spends over on my stream? She could be over there 7, 8, 9 hours. And I'm like, you know, especially when she had her other channel and she was working on her watch hours, I was like, you shut your streams down after like an hour, 2 hours max. But yet you come over here and you'll spend 9 hours with me. This is time you could be working on your watch hours.
Coming in, hon.
You know, what cracks me up. I'm listening to this, right? And I'm like, she's saying she's over there for 7, 8, 9 hours, whatever. I'm like,
That's
that
what I'm
sounds
saying.
like
I
that
spend
sounds like a
more.
long event. You better be feeding me like a couple meals a day and feed me a couple beers or something.
I
I'll
spend more time on
I'll give you all the
other
watch
people's
hours you want.
channels
Just feed me.
than I do
Well,
my
see
own.
the thing is on my channel,
Okay, Joyful.
I do allow cursing. I've had people that have triggered me, and I'll take everybody down off the screen and I'll bring myself up solo, and I'll get my face right in the screen and start going off on them. And but she can tell by my face that I'm getting ready to blow. And she'll say, I'm going to step down for a minute. And she'll step down. She'll go into the chat and turn her volume down because she knows I'm going to start flying that F flag, and it's going to be bad. And
listen in the chat and it'll drop your link. Hon.
and then she can tell when I'm calmed down, and then she'll pop back up. She'll come back up. And then if they start triggering me again, because my mods are great. Clarence, he's my sniper. I mean, he gets everybody out for me.
Yep. One
Yeah,
clack and they're back out.
But see, the people that come in to troll me, they've got his schedule down. So they know when he's going to lunch, when he's going to dinner, and that's usually when they'll swarm in. And so I have to count on other people. So like Victoria has a mod on my channel, but she won't use it. She's like, well, I only like the mod so that I can check people's channels out. And I'm like, well, then you're useless to me. It's like, I need you get these people out of here,
Yeah,
And
Victoria, you gotta use that maul. Just drop them all and squish them all.
But they have so many different names, so you block them out under one name and they're like within seconds they're back in under a different name. But
Yeah,
I have files on a lot of them. So I know all the different troll names that they use. So even I'm getting good at, the ones that Plaren doesn't know. If they're just kind of hanging out and they're behaving themselves, I'll go ahead and I'll kick them out anyway, because I know it's only a matter of time. They're just, they're just sitting quiet and they're waiting to pounce. They're waiting for him to go to lunch, and that's usually when they pounce. So that's why my streams run that long. But my channel is primarily, it's a prepping channel. And I got off the prepping for a while there just so we could just do some, just some chats, just hang out, chat, whatever. And all of us got involved with the UK community. And there's some really wonderful people over there. And then there's these groups that come in and they'll just raid your channel. And so that's why over here, they tried to come in her other channel she had before quite a few times. And me and Polarin were kicking them out because we knew exactly who they were. Well,
Yep.
her other mods that she had, they didn't know who these people were. They didn't understand why they were getting kicked out. And so they were unblocking them. And
Mm.
it's like, you got to say something to these people to let them know that you trust us, that we're putting out these people so that they don't tarnish your channel. So like when I'm over here on Victoria's, I watch my P's and Q's. Every once in a while I'll slip with a curse word, but for the most part I can behave myself over here. But
Hey,
like
Menace.
my friend Pete was on here last Friday, and it's the first time he's ever been over here to her channel. So he didn't understand that, her channel is, it's like good and evil. She's got the good channel and I've got the evil channel,
Good and evil.
And so,
Devil
he didn't
and angel.
realize that, cursing wasn't allowed over here. And, so he knows
I
now.
don't know
I've let
about
him
the
know.
good and evil. No, not.
Well, I'm not saying, I was just using that as an example, but
Gary wants
But
to say
I'm all the time teasing Victoria and everything, and sometimes people don't understand that she's in on the joke or that she understands I'm just playing with her. I'm never saying anything to her that to be malicious. That it's always just in fun. And
I
she's
don't know how to say
she's
the
fought
first
back a
word
couple times.
of this person's name, but hello from London.
Exactly. That's all I was going to say too.
Hello.
Hold on a second. I can't see it.
Hold on, I'll put it back up. Right there. Hello from the other side of the world, peeps.
We'll just call him ATL.
London. Mr. London.
Clarence Squish.
Yeah.
He ain't said nothing bad yet. Give him a break.
Okay,
Look,
if you want to wait, go ahead. It's your channel.
Yeah, but
he's being good. It's like when, what's the other guy's name? We didn't immediately squish him, and now he's a pretty good friend to my channel. You know who
Oh
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
Chris John Wright.
Anthony.
Yeah, Chris John Wright.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, what have he
so
been up to? I haven't seen him around for a while.
we got to try to give these people a chance to be good.
It's almost 5 a.m. there.
I just posted
So
a
these are
stream.
your power drinkers. Think of it this way, Victoria. It's Friday. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. This is a power
He said,
drinker.
Now,
he said he was
Yep.
sorry. He was searching for a gaming.
that's
says
a red
good
flag to
vibes.
me. To me, that's a red flag right there with that stream. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist, but
Well, as long
I
as he
don't.
behaved himself,
I'm just saying, like, how does your channel relate to gaming? I don't know.
I just try to give people a chance.
You could go over to you could go over to Cosmic Kitty's channel. She's a gaming channel. You could go over to the
There's a few
Analytical. You could
channels.
go over to, I could name off a dozen UK channels that are gaming channels.
They
I
can
mean,
go check out my
I mean,
channel.
if the guy's hanging out and not an issue, then it's your channel. But you
Okay.
just don't want those words coming up that you don't like.
Right.
I actually just left a channel because she had somebody up there and that kept throwing, that word that sets me off. That see you next Tuesday. Yeah.
Don't say that here.
No, that's
You
why I
say that
said see you
here
next
and
Tuesday.
you're automatically going to be blocked.
See you next Tuesday. I had
Well,
to think
anyway,
about that
he was
for-
up there and oh my God, it just got too much. I was just like, I'm out. I love this girl, but I'm out. She's going to let him stay up there.
Like I said, he's not being bad. He's not said one thing yet. And,
Yeah.
I try to give people a chance. If they're being good, I have no issues. But once you start being out of pocket, I'm sorry. I'm not keep letting you stay. This is a good channel and I like good people. That's all there is to that.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good channel. I concur there.
hold on. Oh, that's loud. Oh, everything's so loud. I tell you, these hearing aids really work.
Yeah, that guy's
Yeah.
about as far as way you can get from a gaming channel.
Right, and like I was saying, if you were truly looking for a gaming channel, you can go to my page, go to my channels, you know, where everybody that's friends with me is at, and there's a few channels in there that are just gaming channels. Check it out. Just be nice. Be nice
Mhm.
to everybody, and they'll be nice right back to you. That's all. Don't worry, be happy now. Good vibes, as you just said. So that's
Oh, I
all
didn't
there
realize
is.
Timmy Ray had gone to bed.
I have a
Yeah, go ahead,
question.
Gary.
Would you all be upset if I want to do some night time now?
No, it's
It-
Nope.
actually almost 2 hours, and I was gonna call it a night at the 2 hour mark. Anyway,
Now you make me feel guilty. Like,
no, we got two minutes still, you know. So
peace. I
just a
appreciate you
heads
guys
up,
letting me
everybody.
participate, and it's some really nice conversation tonight.
Well,
And I hope
thank
we
you,
can follow up. And you know,
Gary. I hope you'll be able to make it again because I enjoy your company.
no,
And
I really like. I really want to learn more about like Mount Key, the Calusa Indians. I know a little bit about it, but I don't know all the exact details. So hopefully we can all share it together. You know, one night. You know, so
well, if
Yeah,
I
just
don't
set
know
it
if
up.
you are or not,
I'll be
Gary,
there.
but hold on. If you're on Facebook, Gary, friend me on there. And then that way, if I find information that I think is you might be interested in, I can just message it to you.
yeah, I appreciate that. I'm looking for like some of the tour guides that go out there that really have better in depth. But I do appreciate any and all contribution to what could be a nice video. I really want to do like an interview with like a tour guide that goes out there, or a charter captain that really knows a lot about that area. But I do appreciate y'all, and thank you, Victoria, for an excellent live that like you always do. And you know, I wish I could hang around for the final salute. I
Well,
say
I
the
am
salute.
going to.
I
It's
want to say
already
the
been
flute
one
salute.
minute. It's 1 minute, and I'm gonna call it a night, y'all. And I want to say thank you to Nate. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Polarin. And thank you, Dola, for all spending your time up here. And thank you, everybody in the chat. And
You're
so
welcome there, Victoria.
Yep.
it is
You're
at the
welcome.
2 hour mark, you guys. And I'm going to say good night. I'm going to play my flute, and that's going to be that. So, good night. God bless. Stay safe and stay awesome, everybody. And stick around. I'll play a little bit. Maybe we'll lull you to sleep. All right. Let me see. I'm going to make myself big. I don't remember turning this off. All right. Hold on. Let me adjust a little bit. All right. Oh, stop it.
Yeah, like I said earlier, you were on the edge of full squeal.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's all good there, Victoria.
Ah, give me a second here. A little bit more adjusting. Uh, let's see if we can get this going right here. I think my mic is dying on me because it keeps turning off. Looks like I might have to charge it. See if I can get some in here. Ooh, before it actually dies. Ah, yep, there it went again. All right, well, I'm going to play tonight without my thing because it's dead. All right. All right, y'all. God bless. Stay safe and have an awesome night. Sorry that it was just right back to the regular old flute playing. Didn't realize my mic was so on its way to dead. We're going to plug it in right now and get it not dead. But thank you all for coming. God bless. Stay safe. And again, stay awesome because you all are awesome. Every last one of you in your own way. And I thank you for your support and your friendship. Good night.